And much like the wicked good vintage racers, they stretch the legs on these cars a little bit, run some fast laps with them, but with the utmost respect for the work that's been put into building and restoring these race cars. So they'll run them fast, maybe not as fast as they could be going, but they stretch the legs on them out here on the track. That number one leading the way, a 1965 Chevy Nova driven by Skip Stearns. Bob Guyon to his outside in the number 38. That's a 1936 Chevy Coupe. Always loved the Pintos for some reason. Look like really cool open wheel cars. Jim Torok out of Norwalk, Connecticut, driving that number 04, the Pinto running in third. 1978 Pinto. Oh, the 16 ME to the outside, a 72 Chevy Vega. That's driven by Dwight Pickard. Then comes the number 61, 1979 Ford Pinto, driven by Douglas Pickard. Zemla and Pickard remain side by side up at the lead of this pack. These guys turning a little bit faster laps than the Sportsman. As I said, maybe not up to full song, but they're still clipping around this track at about 18 and a half seconds. Halfway this time by. Alan Zemla inches out ahead. And they'll have 2 laps to go when they come to the stripe this time. Checkered flag flies for Alan Zemla.
Here we go. Green flies, and we're underway. On quick in that 38 to jump out around the 2X and get up into first place. Two X hanging on to second. Third place car right now is the 00 of Mike Rucci. He's out of Warren. Bob Guy on the first place car. That's a 36 Chevy Coupe leading the way around the pack. There goes Rucci in the 00. Rucci sitting in third and Descotech sitting in fourth in the 2X. Behind them is Jim Torek in the 01 and the 1NH of Skip Stearns. Right there. lap, 15-lap feature race for these guys tonight, and also for the next Star Tour group as well. Here comes Rucci up alongside of Guyon in the 38. Working that outside lane, see if he can get something to happen up there. He pulls up just about door to door as they head into 3 and 4. At 00 with a head of steam, down out of 4, down the front stretch, puts that car up into first place. Now a little work to do to finish that pass, complete it, and put that 00 completely in first. And it looks like he's going to be able to do it as they head into 3 and 4. So put the 38 car of Guyon back into second place. Rucci, by the way, that 00 is a 65 Chevy Corvair. Did Ralph Nader say those things were horribly unsafe? So the top 4 continues to be Rucci in the 00, Guyon in the 38, the 2X of Dennis Deskek, and the 04 of Jim Torek. Lead group coming up upon some lap traffic. That's the 1NH of Skip Stearns. He's going to hold his line and let the leaders pass on by. What a great day for racing. Guyon trying to stay there with the 00, try to make one more move as the laps start to wind down. There he goes now, dropping down underneath the 00. Rucci having a hard time getting down in front of that 38, and that might cost him. Here comes Guyon in the 38 down the backstretch. Guyon trying to get that car out in front of the 00, and Rucci did fight back to keep the lead at the line. Looks like it could be a good finish between those two. Dennis Descotech is sitting in third in the 2X. Here they come to the stripe one more time. And that was Rucci one more time. Guyon seems to be poking his nose out just as they're about to come out of turn 4. And then Rucci lays on the gas and is able to beat him to the line. But here we go one more time. Checkers are up. Here comes the 00 one more time. A repeat performance of the last couple laps.
Good job from our sportsmen. I hope you guys like these old cars. Good to roll the clock back and see some of these great cars that turn laps around tracks all over New England. Mike Rucci is here, and Mike, how you doing today? Good ride out here on the track.
Yeah, it was good. It was a little slippery at first, but it hooked up as I was getting more into the race.
Now, is there a backstory on this car? Can you tell us a little bit about it?
It's a 65 Corvair. It's on a Chevy frame with a with a Chrysler front end clip.
All right, just like the old cars, throw a little everything at it, huh?
Oh yeah, I got to work a little extra harder to keep her on the track to go fast.
Who you want to thank today?
First of all, I'd like to thank the fans for coming out. You guys really get us going. We kind of want to race hard and go for it with you guys. I'd like to thank my wife. She's my pit crew chief. She keeps me on the track, make sure that I'm safe out there. And I'd like to thank my grandkids that came to watch me race today. I'd like to thank Damon, Cade, and Brent, and my son Mike and his wife Allison.
All right, great job. Mike Rucci, your race winner today. And here's a familiar face, Bob Guyon. Boy, you've turned a few laps at this track in your day, haven't you, buddy?
A couple, yes, I have.
How many remember Bob Guyon racing back in the day, back in the 70s here at Wiscasset?
Yeah, I had the Flying Falcon, and that thing was kind of made them Chevrolet boys nervous, but now I'm old enough, so now I got a Chevrolet being a Ford guy, so oh well.
Yeah, and talk about this car. Is this a replica of anything or just a fun little thing you threw together?
No, this is an original cab that ran at Waterford Speedbowl back in the 60s, 70s, and early 80s, so this guy is original.
Awesome. Who you want to thank on the finish today?
I'd like to thank you guys, Richard, Vanessa, and all the fans for being here. Glad to be here again.
All right, Bob Guyon bringing it home in the runner-up spot. Okay, we mispronounced your name the entire race, but you're probably used to that by now. Yes. I followed this car on you guys heading on the trailer. You passed me. I followed you a few miles up Route 1. Always nice to arrive to a racetrack in an open trailer.
Yeah, very nice.
Tell us a little story about this car.
We just built it over the winter. Just had nothing else to do, so we wanted to build a race car.
And what about your racing career? Where have you raced back in the day?
Nowhere. This is my first year.
Oh, well, all right. Welcome to the game. See, folks, you can do this too. Sharp-looking car. Who you want to thank today?
I'd like to thank Two Flakes Racing for building the car and let me drive it, my crew chief and my wife, Lisa, and Moran Transport for, sponsoring the car, yeah.
All right, no worries right there. Folks, give them a nice round of applause. Your top three with the Sportsman division for the Senior Tour Auto Racers. We'll get to our victory lane photos and bring out the modifieds.
Pace car pulls off. Green flag is up, and we are underway. Trempy and Pickard. Thank you. Good tight battle up front. Top three kind of breaking away a little bit. See who's going to lead this one. At the line is the 16 ME of Dwight Pickard. He's out of Lisbon Falls. But a good battle between those two up front. Third place is Kurt Snow. Another tight one at the line, but Dwight Pickard continues to hold the lead, having a hard time completing that pass, putting that 16 car up into first. There he goes, that time able to get that car up around the 7X. It's like Kurt Snow as well in the 110 to get out around that 7X. Now he's battling for the lead. Doug Pickard in the 61 ME. He is sitting in fourth place right now. Actually, this time we actually have two Pintos in this race. Scott Tucker in the 79 and also Doug Pickard in a car number 61 is a 79 Ford Pinto. So give those guys extra points for having the guts to turn a Pinto into a race car. Kurt Snow in the 110 showing the way around right now. That car awful racy since the start. Pickard in the 16 ME second. Thomas Trimpe in the 7X is your third place car. Kurt Snow out of Warren, Maine, just up the road. That is a 36 Chevy Coupe that he's driving. The 7X looks like it's coming back to life as he jumps back up into second place and puts Pickard back into third. There is two 7Xs out there as well, just to confuse you more. That's Gary Moore sitting in fourth place out of Manchester. Moore driving a 37 Chevy Coupe. Trimpe in the 67 Mustang is the other 7X, and he is in second. Big battle now. Spot 4 cars sitting right there together. Gary Moore, Dwight Pickard, Scott Tucker, and Doug Pickard. Kurt Snow in the 110 out to a nice, comfortable lead. The 7X in second with a comfy lead. Then that battle back there for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. White flag this time for the 110. 2 laps to go. And the 16 ME of Dwight Pickard out of Lisbon Falls doing a good job jumping out in front of that other group up into third. So the white flag up. Now the checkers fly for the 110. Kurt Snow.
And wow, here's an interesting dismount climbing out of this car. They folded this guy up pretty nicely to get him in there. Kurt Snow. Got a catch fence right behind you, too, just in case. Come on over here, Kurt. Congratulations. He's loving that checkered flag. And how about your time here at Wiscasset Speedway? How'd you like the track?
I love this place. This is a great track to come and play. You have great fans, great people in the staff. Great place to come and play. I love it here.
Can you tell us a little bit about this car?
Well, this car was built in 1968. It was raced in 1969 and 70, won a track championship at Waterford, Connecticut, with Bob Potter, who was on the decal on the roof driving.
All right, and actually, it's somebody up front here asked me, what do you guys normally run for an engine in these things?
This is a small block Chevy, not specifically a circle track motor, just a pretty good motor. I'm staying fairly period correct with this car.
All right, great job. Who else you want to thank on the win?
Oh, I got to thank my crew chief, my wife. She's out here somewhere. If I didn't mention her name, I'd be held to pay on the way home.
Long ride home, wouldn't it be?
Oh, yeah.
All right, that it?
That's it.
All right, good boy. Kurt Snow picking up the win. Thomas Trimpe, and I hope I got that right. Trimp. Okay, well, congratulations. I love this Mustang. This is a nice-looking machine here. I love where you've placed the spoiler on this thing.
Yeah. Actually, I bought it off a buddy of mine. He built it about 7 years ago just to come do this. And his body didn't want him to do it, so he offered it to me, so I bought it off of him, and Brad built a really good car.
How'd you like the ride around this Maine's fastest track today?
This is wicked good track. The second time I've been here. I came 2 years ago, was for my first time, and I'm getting the hang of it.
Awesome job. Who you want to thank on this?
My brother Roger, my wife, his wife, Alan Zemler. Been staying with him for this weekend, and Bobby Donahue helps me set up the car. He's not here today, but we represented.
All right, great job. Tom Trimp coming home and with the runner-up finish. And here's a familiar car, Dwight Pickard. This is an iconic number when it comes to Maine racing. Tell us a little bit about it.
This is the original Dave Kudamash, 1970. It's 50 years old.
And she still gets around, don't she?
Does pretty good. I pinched it a little hard going on it. I should have stayed outside, but it's a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun.
I was going to ask, how much fun is it racing these old vintage cars?
You can't explain it. You got to get behind the wheel to do it.
And who you want to thank on this finish today?
Scott Shabuk, he helps build our cars. My brother Doug, Senior Tour Auto Races. Without them, we wouldn't have the group. And Richard and Vanessa Jordan, and all the fans coming out to support what we do.
All right, great job. Folks, give it up for him. Dwight Pickard coming home in third, Thomas Tremp coming home in second, Kurt Snow, your race winner. And we're going to have our race winner, Kurt Snow, pick our winning 50-50 number.